Flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on.
It's about that time of day, let all the warriors come out and play. You tuned in to PB Smiley and Wayne Holloway. And me, my name's Santos, the Human Torch. And it's the hottest show around, it's called Blow the Whistle Sports. And today's the day, we talking sports and we came to play. Got no filter, we say what they all afraid to say. As last time we checked, football was a man's sport. So we don't let nothing fly like you ain't got a passport. We lot of fans, we attached to y'all. We talk about everything in the catalog, from football to basketball. We never had a loss. My team's so official, got stripes like the ref. That's why they call us Blow the Whistle. Big Packett on go like a loaded pistol. If you got a problem with us, let us know the issue. We giving y'all the realest talk on live. Tap in with us, btwsport.com. Johnny.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blow the Whistle Sports. How you doing? This is Big Packett, ready for all the latest and greatest. Our co-host, PB Smiley, is out filming. He's on set today, so he will be here next week. We're here with the late night special. Oh, my goodness. What happened this week was crazy, But before we get all that started, we have to take our hats off and have a moment of silence for the late, great. He died this week at the age of 77, Gail Sayers, after his battle with dementia. One of the greats. Okay. Wow. Yeah, PB will be back this week coming. Hopefully he calls in between one of his takes. PB, our resident comedian, funny man, he's out making his money doing his thing. But let's get into this week of football. I know some of y'all upset with me with my pick four. Wow, who saw the Raiders demolishing the great Drew Brees? Has Drew Brees lost a step? We'll get into that. But Thursday night, Cincinnati, Cleveland Browns. Wow. What can I say? Cleveland did their thing, but come on, folks. They were only playing the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm not giving them that much props yet. They look like a team that could gel and could get it together. But let's see after these next 2 weeks fall off. I'm giving all the teams 4 weeks before I consider preseason over and we get into some real football. Even though I know it is working out as wow. The things that happening now with these injuries, these freak injuries, it's all because of no preseason. I agree with not having that many preseason games, but we need at least one to get everybody warmed up and gelled for the season. Let's get into this little news. Chargers defensive Melvin Ingram knee placed on IR for at least 6 weeks. The Falcons cornerback A.J. Terrell, he tests positive for COVID-19. Wow. I knew it was going to happen, but I thought it would be in a greater fashion with this COVID-19. It's going to be crazy. I just hope that we can slide past it before we have any huge outbreak where we lose a lot of players on a team where maybe somebody has to forfeit a game, or how would they do that? Bring it back in later weeks? That's yet to be seen. Prayerfully, we can get past it. Let's get into this week's of football. Jacksonville, Tennessee. What can I say about that? Jacksonville, we're not expecting them to do anything. Tennessee, they'll make a little rumble, but won't go far. These games mean nothing in the grand scheme of things. But, hey, for fantasy football, it's all lovely. Now, if anybody wants to call in and go through the picks with me, We got the number up. Yeah, you can call in at any time. Holla at your boy. Carolina, Tampa Bay. What can I say? Cali Cat Pack, Roy and Ryan, holla at your boy. Oh man, Teddy Bridgewater single-handedly folded the Carolina Panthers by himself. That first interception when Carolina should have scored, be the first one on the board. He threw an interception where there was no Carolina Panther within 5 feet of the ball. I won't understand it, can't understand it. But like I said, I'm trying to like my coach and I'm trying to like this new team. I'm still always going to be a die-hard Carolina Panther fan. But you know, I got to bob and weave with the punches. Bob and weave. It's kind of hard, but I have to take the flack I'm going to get this season. 17-31. Is Tom Brady really back? I can't call it. He played my team. We're just now getting the feel of the team. But to no avail, Tom Brady, this is his first season. He had no time to practice with his team. So it was basically a coin flip that Teddy Bridgewater, I believe Carolina could have got them, but how they say it, woulda, shoulda, coulda. Tom Brady hit us with the vengeance, 31-17. Denver at Pittsburgh. What's up with Big Ben? My goodness, Big Ben. I expect more out of Big Ben than what we're getting. Is it off the injury? He's playing a little. We'll see him, I guess, in later weeks, greater weeks. Pittsburgh still pulled it out, but barely pulling it out against a struggling Denver team without their star defensive player. I don't know. Pittsburgh, do they make it to the playoffs? I believe with as weak as that division is, that Pittsburgh still will pull it out with having the veteran QB as Ben, and I think this works in Ben's favor with having no preseason. No one had a chance to practice, so he's getting his groove back, as along with all the other teams trying to get their groove back. LA versus Philadelphia. What has happened to the Philadelphia Eagles? Philadelphia that once was at the Super Bowl a couple years ago, looking like a pitiful, pathetic team. Carson Wentz not showing up in games. I don't know how to call it or what to say about Carson Wentz. Should they have kept Nick Foles? I still believe Nick Foles had a promising career in Philly. I believe you would keep the stronger QB that got you the wins. But they stayed with the young guy, and he's kind of struggling this season. Here, let me give y'all this number so y'all can call in. 1-747-609-1014. But as you see, it's posted. Call in and let's holla. San Francisco at the Jets. What did you expect? It was the Jets without LeVron Bell. Bell on IR. Frisco lost a lot of players, but Frisco's still the veteran team that went to the Super Bowl. Of course, we get a 31-13 victory. I wouldn't put too much into it. Frisco is not going to be the same team. They will show splurts of greatness, but not do much this season. Not much at all. Buffalo at Miami. Fitzpatrick magic shows up again. The man with the beard. But Buffalo has a steady, stout team. built up of old Carolina players, and they're strong with that veteran presence. I look for Buffalo to give New England a run for their money. A run for the money. Buffalo is going to be one of those teams that you expect to lose, and they will emerge. I don't know why Miami gives certain teams um, uh, how should I say, a run for their money when they're not so good. They're they're way behind, way beyond what they should be. Tua, uh, I think you should start Tua and get him some reps in. Fitzpatrick is going to be Fitzpatrick. Well, Fitzpatrick can be Fitzpatrick on another team. Tua needs the reps, and you're not going to do anything this season. Why is Tua not in? Put Tua in, get him some reps. Even split. Let's do the first half Tua, second half Fitzpatrick to finish the game off. Let's let Tua get some reps in there. Minnesota at Indianapolis. We all know about Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a nothing. They got money because what? I can't call it, won't call it. Indianapolis showed up and showed out. Phillip Rivers back? I don't think so. T.Y. Hilton, he's on all my fantasy football teams, but is not showing up. I can't call it. T.Y., I need some points, man. I need some points. Detroit at Green Bay. Wow. Aaron Rodgers cannot be disrespected. I know before the season started, it seemed like I was disrespecting Aaron Rodgers, but I wasn't. I was just saying that with as great as Aaron Rodgers is, if he had more weapons, that team would be unstoppable. I don't even understand why people doubt Aaron Rodgers. You can't say anything bad about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is the man and will always be the man until he is dethroned. But it was whispers of him getting traded from Green Bay. Go figure. 21-42. Let's get into a game that meant something. Wow, Kansas City at the Chargers. That was a great game. Great game. Didn't cover, but a great game. Wow. That was something else. I never expected the Chargers to give Kansas City a run for their money, which messed up my pick 4. Kansas City, I believe they expected to go in there and run the Chargers over playing that young rookie, and they were experimenting with plays. That's what it looked like to me. It looked like they're able to move the ball when they want to, but with this experiment of plays and going there with the attitude like you're just going to run over a team, that's where I think they fell off at. If you think something different, call in, let me know. I'm willing to holler about it. The game that concerned me was Houston. Baltimore at Houston. Houston, I understand Will Fuller can't stay healthy to save his life. He needs a hamstring transplant. I don't know what's going on with Mr. Fuller, but Brandon Cook should be able to give that team a little bit of stability, but he's been gimpy himself. Baltimore is going to be a beast, and they're going to be the team that's going to be the reckoning for the Kansas City in the end. That's going to be also, like I said, once again, Kansas City, Baltimore, and Kansas City will prevail once again, bar no injuries. Remember that. I always say that. Long as we get the injury report stays clean, Kansas City will be right there. That Sunday night game, Cam Newton came to Seattle to visit the 12th man, and Russell Wilson stood up. stood up and stopped Cam from the dancing, stopped Cam from being Cam, because with Coach Belichick has Cam stepping up to a new level where we're going to see nothing but greatness out of him. But we didn't get that on that last play. He should have did a sweep. I don't know how you get run up the middle from a shotgun. I don't know what was the missed call, what was Cam thinking, but that was a touchdown in the happening, and Cam gave it up, and New England lost the game. And Mr. Russell Wilson stood up, stand tall. The shocker of the week. I have to take my hat off to the Raiders. Not a Raiders fan. Everybody knows this. But wow. Derek Carr stood up to Drew Brees, licked him in the face, and chopped him down the sides. Wow. Derek Carr came in to his new stadium, showed Drew Brees what's cooking in Las Vegas. Wow. Let's get to these new games coming up for this week. Week 3. I got to give you another juicy pick for, mind you, we've already had a game Thursday night. Dolphins at Jacksonville, another lackluster game. But we saw the bearded man with the magic, 31-13. Great for fantasy football points. Nothing for the game. Miami, Jacksonville, where are you going? Nowhere. Houston at Pittsburgh. I'm looking for an upset. I think Houston stands up this game and squeaks out a victory in Pittsburgh. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. I feel it. Mr. Watson will go into Pittsburgh and get the win. Cincinnati at Philly. I feel Philly about to get their win on. Finally, but against Cincinnati, can you really call it a win? But some say a W's a W and the L's a L. I guess Philly will take that W. Frisco at the Giants. Everybody knows the Giants are hurting bad. Mr. Shaquan went down with a season-ending ACL injury. Man, get better soon. Sorry for your injury. But, hey, they just got Devontae Freeman in, and I don't think it's going to make a big difference. If they can't get that passing game started where they get Tate involved in the rotation more than what he's been, I see New York Giants getting the number 1 pick. To be totally honest with you, that's what I see. New York Giants getting the number 1 pick out of the draft. If you guys want to call in, the number's up. It's posted. 1-747-609-1014. Let me make sure my lines is clear. Can I get a test call? Test call. Next game. Las Vegas going into the New England Patriots Stadium with the hot hand. Oh, yeah, we good. Going in with the hot hand. You know what? I'm going to go out on the limb. Derek Carr, the Raiders, looking pretty solid. I say they can go in there and get a win against Cam. When your head starts getting big and you start walking tall, I'm starting to feel a little bit of that Raider magic going on. Chucky's back. The paint's going to come out. It's going to be a lot of drunk people walking around. I'm going with the Las Vegas Raiders over the New England Patriots, starting Cam Newton at quarterback. I thought I would never say something like that. That's crazy. I'm going with the Raiders. Hey, Tennessee at Minnesota. In Minnesota, I believe this will be Minnesota's win. Running, I believe they will run over Tennessee. They will give Tennessee problems. I believe this will be the game that Mr. Cousins will wake up and he will throw 3 touchdowns. 2 of them going to that number one wide receiver they have over there, and one ran in by Mr. Cook himself. Washington at Cleveland. Washington and Cleveland. What can I say about the W's? They're looking like they're rallying to be a nice little team, but I believe Cleveland will come in there and Odell Beckham will sneak out of there with 2 touchdowns by Odell and 2 by Hunt. That's my prediction. 2 by Hunt, 2 by Odell. Moving right along to LA at Buffalo. LA at Buffalo. Hate to be a hater, but Buffalo Bill, I give it to the Buffalo Bills over the LA. Chicago at Atlanta. Chi-Town at Atlanta. Atlanta's so up and down. Matt Ryan, that quarterback, that coaching staff, who's going to be the man at running back? I'm still going to have to stick with the ATL because Chicago is the same type of team as the ATL this year. Wishy-washy, you never know what you're going to get. But I'm going to stick with the ATL, with the A. The A will pull off a win this week. Moving right along to Cali Cat Pack Roaring Riot, Carolina at the Los Angeles Chargers. Yeah, I'm going to talk tough because we're going to be tough. Carolina gets their first win in L.A. this week. Wish I could go to the game. But they're not going to let anybody in. They're not going to let anybody in them stands. Carolina gets their first win against the Chargers. I know the Chargers looked good last week. I know that rookie stood up and he stood tall, but he's going to go in there with a lot of nerves this week in L.A. in front of his home crowd, and Carolina gets their first win. Teddy Bridgewater without McCaffrey. McCaffrey's on IR for 4 to 6 weeks, but we have a new running back, Davis, starting. Davis will get his debut, and Davis will get at least 2 rushing touchdowns. Looking for Davis to have a good breakaway game for his first game starting against the Chargers, against that rookie. Hopefully our defense can stand up where we look a little stout. The Jets at Indianapolis. I'm looking for Phillip Rivers to show up and show out and run over the Jets like they're not even moving. T.Y. Hilton, we will get a glimpse of T.Y. that we haven't seen since Andrew Luck was on the team. I'm not going to give him 2 touchdowns, but I'll give him 1 touchdown with at least 150 yards this week. Fantasy football people, start T.Y. Dallas at Seattle. To me, I'm calling that the big game. The big game. And I will take... this game was up in the air for me because Dak Prescott is pressed to be so good, and I don't see it. I don't see it. People praise Dak Prescott. I like him as a businessman, as a young entrepreneur, but I'm going with that man, last name Wilson. Russell Wilson will stand tall and defeat the Dallas Cowboys this weekend. Tomorrow, can't wait to get up and watch the games. Tampa Bay at Denver. You're going to get a little more of what Tampa Bay did to Carolina last week in Denver. I think Tom Brady is starting to feel his new team. Michael Evans, I'm looking for him to have a breakout game with 3 touchdowns. Denver, without having that upfront pass rusher that they're so used to putting pressure on the QB, Tom Brady's going to have his way, and it's going to be a blowout spectacle. in Denver, in Mile High. Tom Brady shows out. Detroit at Arizona. Detroit, uh, I'm a huge Matthew Stafford fan, but wow, Matthew Stafford, where you been? You lost Megatron, you lost Tate. I don't understand what the management is doing over there in Detroit. Arizona, huge win for Arizona in Arizona. It's going to be a hot day. So y'all strap up and get them IVs ready. The main focus, that Sunday night game, that game that everybody wants to know about. Green Bay in New Orleans. Woo! That bad man Aaron Rodgers going against the juggernaut Drew Brees that didn't look like a juggernaut in Las Vegas last week. What's going to happen? What you going to do when Aaron Rodgers comes for you? All I can say, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers in New Orleans. Drew Brees is going to try too hard, which it looked like he did last week. I know people are going to say he doesn't have Thomas. He doesn't have Thomas. This is the reason why we didn't do good. They had enough people on that team, and I for the life of me, I put Sanders in 90% of my fantasy football teams, and where was he at? Nowhere to be found. Drew Brees couldn't find him. It looked like Drew Brees was having trouble finding wide receivers, and they were all over the field. He just couldn't get them the ball. Look for a lot of that Sunday night. Aaron Rodgers shows up with Adams, but I'm looking for that running back Aaron Jones to have a huge game, a 3-touchdown game. Passing, rushing, I'll give him 2 passing touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. Adams also with a rushing touchdown. Green Bay 4 touchdowns. New Orleans, I'll give them 17 points. They're struggling. Drew Brees is trying to find the magic. I don't know. Peyton, Drew Brees era over this season? I think so. I think Winston starts as QB next season, and we have a new era in New Orleans. PB predicted New Orleans to do things after that spanking they took last week in Las Vegas. I don't think so, PB. I'm blowing the whistle on you. Monday night, the AFC Championship game will be held Monday night. This is a practice game for the AFC Championship, and I believe Baltimore will tip the scales and do it this week. And that's going to make everybody high on Baltimore. Baltimore this, Baltimore that. And like I said, Kansas City, slow and steady, will still prevail in the end. Back-to-back Super Bowl champions, Kansas City. You heard it from me last season, before the season started, before COVID-19, and you hear it from me now. Bar no injuries, and I got to say, bar no COVID-19, wow. That's really a thing. Really, really a thing. PB, can we find PB? PB Smiley? Hello, PB? PB? PB, where you at, PB? Nah. Well, look for PB to be back next week in the studio, funny as ever, and I appreciate him being back. It's lonely. It's lonely without PB. PB, where's PB? I can't sing. But hey, thank you guys for tuning in to Blow the Whistle Sports. We're getting things together. This COVID-19 got me at the house, making the house into the studio, but we're still here bringing you all the fresh things. We got our website still going. You can go to btwsport.com. You can check us out. We do blogs. You can ask us questions there. We have a full sports channel. every sport you can think of. Oh, I have to shout out the Lakers with that win tonight. Go Lakers. I know my girl's going to kill me because we're diehard Laker fans, but we just not feeling LeBron. But hey, if he's going to embody Kobe and get us his W, get us his W. I'll have to take that cold shoulder tonight over that. Thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I promise you a better show. We're going to be upgrading. We're going to be doing a lot of things moving forward. Bear with us. Go to our YouTube page. Ring our bell. Subscribe. We need our subscribers. We got to get our subscriber count up. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see ya in a few.
Flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on, flame on.
It's about that time of day, let all the warriors come out and play. You tuned in to PB Smiley and Wayne Holloway. And me, my name's Santos, the Human Torch. And it's the hottest show around, it's called Blow the Whistle Sports. And today's the day, we talking sports and we came to play. Got no filter, we say what they all afraid to say. As last time we checked, football was a man's sport. So we don't let nothing fly like you ain't got a passport. We lot of fans, we attached to y'all. We talk about everything in the catalog, from football to basketball. We never had a loss. My team's so official, got stripes like the ref. That's why they call us Blow the Whistle. Big Packett on go like a loaded pistol. If you got a problem with us, let us know the issue. We giving y'all the realest talk on live. Tap in with us, btwsport.com.